Hello friends, my name is Dalit Soni and you are watching News on Map India by Drishti IAS. In this episode, we will be talking about certain location from across India which has been in the news in the past week and that can be important for your examination. So let's start our discussion. So the question was, consider the following northeastern states: Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Sikkim and Mizoram. Which of the following northeastern states of the India forms an international border? So basically, northeastern region has been in news, various reason. When we are talking about the Manipur, Upsc has been imposed, and after that, when we are talking about the Hornbill festival, because of the alcohol issue, that was also in news. So considering that, northeastern region has been in the news. Now talking about these particular states, they are having international boundary. All of them are having international boundary. Option D would be the right answer. Now let's have a look at the map. Now we'll be starting with the first, that is Sikkim. Okay, now if you look at the Sikkim is over here, and here you will be seeing that it shares boundary with Nepal, Bhutan and China. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next one, that is Assam. If we talk about Assam, Assam has an international boundary with Bhutan as well as Bangladesh over here. If you look at Meghalaya, Meghalaya has an international boundary with Bangladesh. Coming to the next one, Arunachal Pradesh. If you look at the Arunachal Pradesh has boundary with China as well as with the Bhutan. Okay, coming to the next one, Nagaland. Nagaland has boundary with Myanmar. Manipur, if you look at, Manipur has boundary with Myanmar. And if you look at the Mizoram, Mizoram has boundary with Myanmar as well as this particular area over here. Now coming to the part of Tripura, Tripura has boundary with Bangladesh over here. Okay, so considering all these areas, they are having international boundaries. Okay, so option D would be your right answer. Now moving further over here, question number 1. Angmi, Rengma and Konyak tribes are associated with which of the following state? Odisha, Nagaland, Chhattisgarh or Gujarat? As I told you, recently Hornbill festival was in news. Okay, because of the alcohol issue there, you know that Nagaland is a dry state, but during the time of Hornbill festival, they allow the sale of the local made alcohol over there. Now the local church over there has issues with that. Even the local you can say communities over there and the women associations, they are having problem with the alcohol sale at the Hornbill festival. So that is why it has been news. So when we are talking about the Angmi, Rengma and the Konyak tribes, these are basically you can say based in Nagaland. Okay, option B would be your right answer. Over here it is a picture which is taken from the Nagaland's tribal communities. Here you can see these are the major tribes which are there in India. All of the tribes, mostly or important tribes, has been you can say covered in this particular picture. For our interest right now, Nagaland is there. So here you can say Nagas, Angmi. Okay, and when we are talking about the other tribes which we have seen over here, Rengma, okay, Mikir, all these tribes are you can say located in you can say Nagaland. Okay, they are based in Nagaland. Okay, now let's move further. Question number 2. Consider the following pairs related to the water harvesting system in India: Panamkeni, Kerala, Kuls, Himachal Pradesh, Zabo, that is Rajasthan. Now here when we are talking about the different water harvesting systems, these are basically local terms which are used for them. Okay, now when we talk about Rajasthan, Rajasthan has a special feature, that is tanka. Okay, they have tankas over here. And when we talk about this Zabo, that is there in Nagaland and not in Rajasthan. So this one is incorrect. When we talk about Rajasthan, Rajasthan has the you can say tankas and Zabo is there in Nagaland. So third is wrong. Coming to the first one, Panamkeni, that is there in you can say Kerala. This in normal the local language it is also called as Keni, just Keni. Okay, and Kuls are there in Himachal Pradesh. So 1 and 2 is correct. Third one is wrong because Zabo is there in Nagaland. Okay. Now, how many of the above pairs are correctly matched? So 1 and 2, option B would be your right answer over here. Now, if you look at this particular picture here, you can say there are various areas and their local harvesting system, name of the local harvesting system is given. There are certain which are important, which you can see over here. First is zinc, that is there in the Ladakh area. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Kuls, that are there in you can say Himachal Pradesh. Uttarakhand has Nola. Okay, here you can see the area of UP, Delhi. This is Bawdis. Bawdis are famous. Okay, Kunds are there in UP. Okay, now coming to this part over here, you can see there is Vav. Okay, Rani Ki Vav. There is a currency note on which the Rani Ki Vav picture is there. So these Bawdis or the Vavs are there in Gujarat. Okay, Tankas, here you can see Khadin, that is there in Rajasthan. Other than that, for our interest, Keni, Palam Keni, which are there in Kerala. Okay, so there is this Orani, that is there in the areas of Tamil Nadu and some southern parts of the Andhra Pradesh. So these are some of the important places where you can see local harvesting systems are named like this. And here you can say Zabo. that is there in Nagaland, and here in Mizoram you can say Ruza, that is there. Okay, so I hope that is clear. You can go through this particular picture over here. Now coming to the next one, that is question number 3. Consider the following statement. First is the Western Ghats in UNESCO is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the 8 hottest hotspot of biological diversity in the world. Okay. Now if you look at the Western Ghats, of course these are forming the part of the biodiversity hotspots. So option or you can say statement 1 is correct. Coming to the next one, amphibian population in the Western Ghats are primarily threatened by the habitat restriction, diseases and the pollution. That is also correct. Coming to the next one, lateritic plateaus of the Western Ghats are rich in organic carbon. Now this is incorrect. Now when we are talking about the lateritic plateaus, okay, these are basically, when you must have heard about the lateritic soil, etc. Lateritic soil is found in the areas where you have more rains, okay, and because of the rains mostly you will be seeing the organic content, etc., that washed away from that particular region. Okay, so they are left with the iron and aluminium. And when we are talking about the leaching of the this particular you can say organic content, or the washing away of the organic content, you will be seeing that these soils are less fertile. Okay, so that is why we can say that lateritic plateaus of the Western Ghats are not rich in organic carbon. So a third statement is incorrect. So 1 and 2 is correct. Option A would be your right answer over here. Okay, now let's see the Western Ghats here. There is nothing much we can discuss about the Western Ghats because we have talked about Western Ghats a lot. Okay, Western Ghats are divided in different parts over here. You can say northern Western Ghats which are there, then we have central Western Ghats, and then we have southern Western Ghats. Okay, and in different regions we have different names for the Western Ghats. You must have heard about the Konkan area, and you must have heard about the Sahyadris, Malabar region. So all these things are the local names for the Western Ghats. Okay, Western Ghats are starting from the Gujarat and till you can say Kerala and Tamil Nadu, they are extended. Okay, now here you can see this area over here, that is the area of Nilgiri, which is the confluence of Eastern Ghat and the Western Ghats. Okay, so I hope that is clear. And these areas are basically places where you will find a very rich biodiversity, and because of which they are part of the they are one of the 8 hotspots, biodiversity hotspots, which are there around the world. Okay, so that is about Western Ghats. Other than that, you can go through these particular slides. They have talked about the river, they have talked about the endemic species, etc., protected areas. All these things are included over here. Okay, now let's move further. Question number 4, consider the following statement regarding Ashtamudi Lake. Now when we are talking about this particular lake that is located in Kerala, you must have heard about that. Now statement 1, it is situated in Kerala, that is right. Designated as a Ramsar site and is often referred as the gateway to Kerala's backwaters. Okay, so this statement is correct. Now coming to the next one, the lake characterized by its unique 8-armed shape, that is right, is drained by the Periyar River into Arabian Sea. Now when we are talking about the here Periyar River, that is not in draining into the Periyar River, that is Kallad River. Okay, so that is their statement 2 is incorrect. So option A would be your right answer, A only, that is 1. Okay, now here you can see this particular region is your Kerala, and when we are talking about the Ashtamudi Lake, that is located over here. Now there is this specific features which are there, that is backwaters. Okay, and Kerala is quite famous for the backwater tourism, etc. So you can remember this particular thing, and Ashtamudi is located in Kerala. Now coming to the shape, that is we have already seen over here that it has 8-armed shape. Okay, it is not visible over here, but it is a fact which you should remember, and it is basically drained by the Kallada River. Okay, so that you can remember, and it is draining into the Arabian Sea. Okay, I hope that is clear. So option A would be your right answer over here. Now let's move further to the next one, that is Sathanur Dam is located on which of the following river? Then Pennai River, Mandovi River, Narmada, or none of the above. Now recently option A is right, your right answer over here. Recently there was this you can say floods which were there in this particular region because of the Bengal cyclone. There were high rains, and ultimately the surplus water has actually got out of this dam, and ultimately there was this floods in this particular region, and that is why Sathanur Dam was in news. So we have taken this question. So option A is your right answer, that is Then Pennai River is the correct option over here. Now coming to the next one, the lake characterized by its unique 8-armed shape, that is right. Is drained by the Periyar River into Arabian Sea. Okay, so that is the statement 2 is incorrect. So option A would be your right answer, that is 1. Okay, now let's move further to the next one, that is So here you can see that is Sathanur Dam, that is there in Tamil Nadu region. Okay, because of the Bengal cyclone, there were floods which were there. That is the reference news which was that warnings were issued 5 times before water was released from the Sathanur Dam, says the Tamil Nadu government. Okay. Anyways, let's move further. Question number 6. Consider the following statement. It is a long, narrow, deep, endorheic lake at over 14,000 feet in Ladakh in Trans Himalayas. India and China have around 1/3 and 2/3 of it in respectively, and then its eastern ends lies in the Tibet region. Okay, which of the following lake best matches the above description? Pangong Tso Lake, Sambhar Lake, Loktak Lake, or Pulikat Lake. Now, when we are talking about the Pangong Tso Lake, you know that is there in Ladakh region, so that can be our answer. Coming to the next one, that is your Sambhar Lake. Sambhar Lake is there in Rajasthan. So obviously that would not be your answer over here, because we are talking about Trans Himalayas, we are talking about Tibet and all. Okay. Coming to the Loktak Lake, you know that Loktak Lake is in the northeastern region and not there. And now when we are talking about the Pulikat Lake is there in South India. Most of the part is there in Andhra Pradesh. So this is also not your correct answer. So option A, Pangong Tso Lake, is the right answer over here. So that is there. Now here you can see, this is the map. When we are talking about the region, that is Ladakh, and here you can see this lake over here, that is basically your Pangong Tso Lake. Okay, you can say 1/3 part is there in India and 2/3 part is there in parts of China, and it is in the eastern region of Ladakh. Okay, so that is about your Pangong Tso Lake. Now recently Pangong Tso Lake has been in news for various reasons. When we are talking about the patrolling areas, when we talk about the India-China border disputes, Pangong Tso becomes important for us. Okay. Now Pangong Tso is a long, narrow, endorheic lake which we have already talked about. India and China have around 1/3 and 2/3 of it in respectively. Then the eastern end of the Pangong Tso lies in Tibet. So we have seen that. Now coming to the next one, question number 7, regarding the Indian star tortoise, consider the following statement. It is native to Indian subcontinent and it is found in the northwestern India, South India and the Sri Lanka in arid grassland and savannas. It is listed as vulnerable under IUCN list. Okay, so both the statement here are true. Okay, these are factual statement. Now we will be seeing the location over here. In this map you will be seeing that these are the region where this particular species are found. Now this is the northwestern region when we are talking about the India. Okay, so that is there, and some part of you can say South India, in the southern part also we are finding these you can say tortoise. Now this is the picture. Because of the shapes which are there, it is called as the Indian star tortoise. Okay, now here are some facts which are given over here when we are talking about the habitat, which we have already discussed. Northwestern India, South India and Sri Lanka region. Conservation status, if you talk about, that is vulnerable in IUCN list and appendix 1 of the sites. Other than that, here you can see that when we are talking about this particular Indian star tortoise, okay, so this is you can say there are certain threats because of the habitat loss, illegal trade and genetical disruptions. Okay, so that is about Indian star tortoise. As I told you, both the statements are true. Option C would be your right answer. Now last question, that is question number 8. Which river is polluted by the effluent from Buddha Nala? Okay, Ganga, Yamuna, Sutlej or Indus. Now recently this particular place, that is Buddha Nala, that is there in Punjab, and because of the pollution there are protests which are going on. And who are doing these protests? These protests are being done by the farmers of Punjab as well as in Rajasthan. Okay, now because this Nala is ultimately draining into the Sutlej River, option C is your right answer. And Sutlej has this water which is you can say is used by the Gang Nehar and Indira Gandhi Canal, and other parts of the Punjab uses Sutlej water for the irrigation. Because of the pollution in Buddha Nala, ultimately Sutlej is also getting polluted, and this water is used in the agricultural fields. So ultimately contaminated water is being used for the crops, and you can say there is this issue of biomagnification. Okay, so considering that Buddha Nala was in news, option C, Sutlej, is your right answer. Here you can see this particular Nala which you can see that is there in Punjab, that is your Buddha Nala. Okay, and it is going into the Sutlej River, that is your Sutlej River. Okay, so here you can see Buddha Nala is located in Punjab. Okay, and you must have heard about Ludhiana. Ludhiana is the city where this particular Nala is located. Ludhiana is called as the industrial city of Punjab, and because of which there are various industries, they are discharging effluent and the waste water in this Nala, and because of which it is getting polluted. Okay, so that is about today's discussion. For your practice, there is discussion regarding Siang Valley. Consider the following statements. First, the Siang River is transboundary river. Second, the Siang River is also known as the Yarlung Sangpo in Tibet. The third statement, the Siang Upper Multipurpose Project, that is SUMP, is proposed to be India's largest dam. So you have to attempt this question and answer to me in the comment box. You have to choose the correct statements over here. Okay. So with that, I would like to take your leave. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Have a nice day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.